So you know how to open a Kickstarter account, you know how to back a Kickstarter project, but how can you be a Kickstarter superstar? It's my third video on backing Kickstarter projects. So firstly, thank you supporters of Event Horizon. You got my Kickstarter project funded in under 1 hour. We raised over $12,000 on pre-orders for this sci-fi, sensual, and genre-bending book themed around the lure of black holes and their unforgiving boundaries. So thank you for being Kickstarter superstars. This video is a quickie. These are some extra points on how you can take your friend's Kickstarter or any artist you support and really take it to that next level. So number 1, share the project. Advertising is expensive. Your shares go a long way. You're doing the work for creators that don't have necessarily a big advertising budget. You're opening up your networks for artists. You're doing the good deed with that. Share a project you love or simply support. Number 2, make sure your credit card is up to date. Sometimes we as Kickstarter creators do get bounce backs. We're excited, our project was funded, but guess what? Your credit card wasn't up to date. So do make sure when you sign up for Kickstarter, you're putting in a valid credit card. Probably look out that you're not entering one of those virtual cards that might have a one-time use. You know, that's just my theory on some issues I've had in backing previous Kickstarters. I think it took my virtual card, which is just good for that one time. And, you know, periodically go into your Kickstarter account and make sure that your credit card isn't expiring. You can also, after you back a campaign, just make sure you didn't get an email from Kickstarter or the creator themselves that your credit card did bounce. You have 1 week to actually update that credit card before your pledge is dropped, and that means you will not get your rewards, depending on if the creator is using another system like BackerKit, or in that case you might still be able to collect the money later on. But for creators who are just simply using the Kickstarter platform as I speak now and do this video, those pledges are lost. It does become problematic for creators who use advertising services for that. There's no way to tell if that pledge, which initially you might have clicked because of an ad, if that's counted in what they owe the advertiser, and they'll lose that money. So do make sure your credit card is up to date as you back a Kickstarter project. 3, fill out your backer survey. That's if you really want to get the rewards that you actually pledged during the Kickstarter campaign. So it's one thing to back a Kickstarter, but then you have to follow up with your shipping address, any questions the creator has. Otherwise, they can't send you your goodies, whether they be via mail or electronically. Some creators might forever hold your stuff. Most will give you a deadline as to when you will no longer be able to get those rewards if you don't fill out a backer survey. So again, check your spam folders, check an email from the creator or perhaps from Kickstarter, or if they're using something like BackerKit, to be sure you did not miss out on those surveys collecting your shipping information, especially some of us who live in small city apartments where storing things might be an issue. Point 4 on how to be a Kickstarter superstar. And I hear this a lot. Your project or that project isn't really my cup of tea. Doesn't mean you can't still back it. There's different ways to support the arts, and the nice thing about Kickstarter is you can donate without getting a reward. So if you just wanted to leave a little tip, a little, hey, I believe in you, you can back projects without receiving physical rewards. You can also back a project for a physical or digital reward, but then opt to actually gift it to someone. And I like to back Kickstarter projects that I know would make wonderful holiday gifts, and I certainly back many Kickstarters projects myself as a Kickstarter super backer, where I'm simply supporting the creator and their art form. And finally, share love with the creator. If they sent an update, give a little heart, give a little like, comment, say thanks for this update. If they're struggling and you have a little empathy in a creator perhaps being a little delayed in their deadline, say, hey, we got it. You know, this is why we're here. We support you from beginning to end. We know you can complete this project. So those comments, whether it just be a little heart that you actually read their update, which us creators spend a lot of time on, can really go a long way in making someone feel like, hey, someone actually read the stuff that I wrote. So those are a few of my thoughts on how you can really take backing a Kickstarter to that next level and being a Kickstarter superstar. My name is Stephanie Nina Pizzarillos. I am a Kickstarter super backer and creator. You can find most of my works at stephanieninaPizzarillos.com, on social media, the Nina Galaxy. I hope to see you on Kickstarter being a superstar.